So, hello everyone, it was time for Akudama Drive! Freaking crazy people, banned and so on. I could have a bank now. I just lost 9,000 now, yeah, 9,000 bucks. But it could be 10,000 though. Yeah, I started with 10,000 and then I waited a bit. Actually, it was 11,000 actually, but 11,000 yesterday and I was like 9,000 minus now then. So I was like, I take it. That's 2,000 better! Where's my no-closest bank? No, I've been holding this stock for 2 weeks and it's been going down like 1% every day. So I was like, no. And that's like an interesting. That's not a video, but the internet sunken cost fallacy where you're like, it has to go up one day, but it doesn't because every day it goes like 2% and then it falls down 3%. So it's like, no. Now we're gonna go out in the top 2% plus. Then I'm not gonna get it again. It's like, no, screw it. I watch some anime. But this is the time you wish you could just go rob. Do some crime instead. No, but you know it's crazy. That's my worst deal this year. Yeah, 9,000 minus. That's by far my worst deal this year. And I could go down to like 2,000 minus. But I was like, no, you should, So usually I'm very patient. But I, observing it every day, I was like, no, this goes crazy. This goes crazy, man. But anyway, time for anime. Anime can finally save me. No, but I think it's interesting with this anime too because we had the main girl, right? She's like. What's she in jail for? Like 500 yen? You know the money that is? Like 500 yen? But it's a point, right? I'm making a point here, right? Because I'm also feeling a little annoyed that I lost so much money. My biggest loss this year, but it's also that, I earned like maybe 3 times whatever. Yeah, so it's some amount minus this month, right? But it's like it cost a lot of my percentage, right? But being that said, that's kind of has this anime's feeling, right? But in anime, this girl is like, she owes them like 500 yen or something, right? Yeah, like it's absolutely nothing, right? So in real life, you wouldn't go to jail, you would go to this crazy, prison thing, right? But of course, this is kind of cyberpunk, it's Osaka, I guess, right? We heard kind of Riken last week. And so of course, that's one of the things that the anime is interesting, right? Because the poor girl is gonna be executed basically, right? Because she like stole 500 yen, right? Yeah, compared to stability money lost today, right? 500 yen isn't even like, it's like $1, yeah. Like it's nothing, yeah, like it's absolutely nothing, right? So there's a point to this anime, right? That they have this really destroyed world. We saw it last week when they kind of explained that they had this like civil war, I guess, in Japan. It wasn't really explained. I like that they were like, after they destroyed it, they were like, and then they helped us. I love the government explained it. They were like, first, Tokyo and that, that region, the other region. Then they destroyed us, and then they helped us out after they ruined our West Japan. After they ruined Kansai, they were like, yeah, let's come and help them. It's like, okay, yeah, help them. So my guess is then, sorry for this intro here, but I think it's gonna my point making that I think that that's gonna be the thing, right? I think it is the Suicide Squad, right? And I think that the bad guys are actually doing good stuff, right? Even though they're killing everyone, but you know what I mean because. It's really clear, right? There's a kind of weird civil war in Japan, and then, East Japan is controlling West Japan, and again, then this girl is going to jail for like $1, like it's nothing, right? It's like, like I want to be so rich. No, but for example, right? When I was like, I'm a consulting firm, and before my own firm, I worked for I was a US design director and consultant at a company up to the Corona and so on, and like my consulting fee at that company, which is higher than that I do currently because I had to pay for company as well, was about what was it? It depends on the client, of course, but they used to have to pay something in like $200 minimum per hour, right? Yeah, that's like a typical consulting fee, $200 an hour, probably more up to like $400 an hour. And then of course the company takes a share, and I guess on my salary and so on. So now I'm actually cheaper there because I run my own firm, so you can just get me cheaper because I just pay myself all the money. Yeah, so now it's just cheaper to get me, right? But it's but something like that, yeah, it's like $200 an hour. So you can imagine that again, right? She's like $1 and she's going to jail for life, basically. Yeah, like that's a crazy world, right? Where people can make, because in our world right now, yeah, you can make like a few $100s per hour easily if you have, the right job and so on. Man, this is like a super weird brag thing now. I think I'm just telling people this now because I feel like, man, I lost so much money today. I lost so much money, but at the same time thinking that, well, I do make that money in like a few days though, so it's probably not the worst. And then I just have to think about that, right? Now I looked at like I was looking at like my, not my portfolio, but my general bank thing, my don't come my money. Yeah, I was like, 9,000 minus, but like, well, it's not like it's not even 1% of my total wealth, so it's not that bad. It feels really bad, and I think that the one reason why is because I am that kind of, you know, very sporty and martial. I mean, talk about the martial, I train a lot and so on. And for example, a few weeks ago, I made about 10k or so in one day. Yeah, like good day. I made 21 actually. 21, yeah. But this one bot team was like in and out on the same day. Very good trade. And then I was thinking that I went to the gym, and after the gym, I was like, oh, I should, you know, have some food, right? And I was thinking that, I could use, you know, I could call my family, hit the restaurant, we made a lot of money after all today. Then I was thinking about that, but then I was like, nah, I'm still a cheap bastard. I'm just gonna buy food after the gym and then go home and cook food for everyone. So I still did that, because I was like, just because I earned a lot of money today doesn't mean I'm gonna lose money next week, right? Yeah, so I was like, no, I'm still a cheap bastard. I'm still Uncle Scrooge. I was thinking I'd be like, no, this is cheaper. I'm not gonna because of fancy dinner. It's because I made something good. So, you know, so I think that's probably why. So for me, I'm still in that, you know, kind of like a college scraping by mentality. In a way, I'm like, no, this is how much food. This is the food. I also listen to people. The biggest way I invest my money, I always tell people, I should really make another video about this, but the biggest way I invest money and have money is because I don't spend money. It's because I'm Uncle Scrooge, yeah, because I don't spend money, right? Because I never buy, I don't buy candy, I don't smoke, I don't drink, and so on, right? That's how I make that's how I feel I make most money, because I don't have any extra expenses, right? I'm just paying for like food and stuff and some stuff to the family, and I very rarely do I buy any unnecessary stuff. I don't know. Well, I don't know. I'm just babbling here now, but I don't know. But I was like, man, it's just biggest lose of the year for me. I've probably kept it for, you know, a year or so. I also give you one warning here, people, though. Anyone wants to watch this video, this reaction, this live stream is that the election is coming, you know, it's in 2 weeks, right? And I refuse to hold anything during the election because everything usually goes down during the election, especially with Trump and so on. So that's the reason why. I mean, I would argue, if you asked me 2 years ago, I would not lose his money. I would just be like, I'm gonna wait for a year. I'm just gonna wait for a year. It's gonna go up after in a year. It definitely is gonna increase. So I wouldn't have lost the money. But now I feel like the election is too crazy. It might correct a lot of stocks. Might, you know, generally all this stimulus talk and so on. I tell it to everyone. Like my brother does a lot of similar stuff, like, you know, trading and so on. I was like, man, you sell. I was like, sell everything. And that's the other thing. One guy, I was the one that didn't lose anything during the Corona start talks. I told everyone we're gonna have a huge decline during the start of the, yeah. So I was hampered on that. I said months before it happened. So I was very quick on that. I was completely out of that, and I feel the same thing now, even though now it's less direction. But anyway, so that's the thing too, right? You feel like, man, I'm just. This is the wrong place I think for a live stream. I don't know. I'm talking about money, talking about criminals. I don't know. I just feel like, man, I need to get out of my system. Sorry, I mean get out of my system, right? That I just had its biggest lose ever, and I do kind of want to go crazy and be like, I do kind of want to go crazy. I want to pick up my swords and be like, I'm getting everyone out in a way, right? But then at the same time, I look back at it, it's like, but I made the same amount of money, I made twice the amount of money 2 weeks ago, so I shouldn't really be bothered that much by it, right? That's why I kind of reason it, you know. You take some chances. This problem here wasn't that I didn't lose that much money the first day, but I kept holding it. Usually I just hold until it goes up again. And here I was like, no, but I felt here I can't keep holding it. It goes down every day. And I think the main reason is the election, though. Because people are so afraid now of buying stuff just before the election. So it goes like slowly down everything. I don't trust anything right now. Yeah, it feels I'm being paranoid. But there's a tips to everyone. The election is going to make everything go down, probably. So I'm just like, nah, I can't hold close to the election. October is always the worst month. Anyway, so what's system? What's the anime? Anime time. Long intro. But it's like, man, biggest lose ever. I kind of want to become this crazy murderous person now too, no? I mean, I already am, right? But it could be worse, yeah. It feels really stupid, though. But it makes me think, though, like about this girl, right? It makes me think about... And I say this every time that I have a bad day, and I don't know why, but anime for me, not just anime, but anything for me, you know. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I have a really bad day, and then I watch something like I don't know, when they cry after this thing. I could be murdered. So I was like, well, I lost 10 grand today, but I could have been murdered, so that would have been worse. Yeah, I was like, well, I could live in this like cyberpunk dystopian world where if you'd owe someone $1 to kill you, yeah, that could have been worse. So I don't know, it helps me to calm my nerves a bit. Watching dystopian nightmares. Yeah. But anyway, let's watch it. So 3, 2, 1, and go. I'll tell you one, guys, though. Even though I lost money on that thing every day for 2 weeks, it felt really good finally being rid of it because I kept looking at it. I had a noob issue. I kept looking at it every day. It's like, God, you started it again. God, yeah, I kept looking at it. And it felt worse because it's close to the election. Anyway, finally, anime. I'm sorry, but I was like, man, that's my biggest lose this year. This year. Okay, it's an old lady. She's like the old cop lady. Kakachi's all like, yes. They're quite the group, they're quite the nakamas, yeah, they're quite the band of badass guys. Yeah, sometimes they cooperate, but not these kind of badasses, not the maximum badasses. Man, I needed this, I need a good anime to get off the money in my head. I still, I mean, it went up almost 2% before I got out today, so could be worse, could have lost like 12 grand. But yeah. I mean, the opening, yeah. The opening is, I mean, not really my kind of music. Let's say that. It's not really my kind of music. Yeah, I will say that. I'm really near right now. I don't know. It's like, it's not something I can listen to. I'm sorry, but I'm looking at the freaking value, but I made the right thing, okay? Because I went out on 80, almost 82, and that was 78, so I could have lost 3 more grand. First when I did this live stream, so I was right. So I was right, okay? I could have lost a lot more money if I didn't went out. See, I was right. I'm freaking knew it, so I was right. Now I can't want to go in again because it's so cheap now. I'm sorry, but that's my life, most of the part. It's been worse during Corona. I've always been doing this stuff since I was a kid. I started by buying Blizzard stock when I was 18 right there. Which I'm an old man, so I made a lot of money buying Blizzard. And that's what I worked is just no, I even have to go to insider trading courses. When I went to Blizzard, they had to send me to insider trading courses. I took 4 of those. Because they were like, you own a lot of stock in our company, and blah blah blah, an American legal system and so on. I was like, yeah, but before I worked here. They're like, yeah, it's fine. So we need to yeah. So I was during, so yeah, when I went to Blizzard, that was during the merger thing. For a bit of the Blizzard and Activision, so I had like I couldn't sell my stock stores. I had to write a contract. I couldn't make money on that. Yeah, I wasn't allowed to sell my stock for like a few 6 months ago. Yeah, I was like IPO blocked or whatever, merger blocked. Yeah, I don't know. I don't care about this, but it's true. It's really true. It's the first thing I bought in my life was a Blizzard, and then I was working there a few years later, and I was blocked away from using it so on, of course. I also currently own Blizzard stock for that matter. Full disclosure, yeah, I currently own Blizzard stock. Have my second biggest holding right now. Whatever, anime time. But yeah, I should say that though. I used to work there, and know other people that work there. And then like my ex-girlfriend, for example, she works at like Riot Games and so on. I actually have 2 ex-girlfriends with Riot Games. It's pretty funny. But yeah, so that's interesting. But so on. So I should say that fully closer. I don't have. And I do also have money in Tencent. God damn it, fully closer. Yeah, I do have a lot of money in Tencent. Like, I really do. Whatever, anime time. But it's true though. That is true. That is true. I have money in both Tencent and Alibaba. I actually really like Alibaba though. Fully closer, yeah. So, goddamn, I can't stop it now. I'm sorry. Anime time. Goddamn, I can get out of my head now. I'm just so happy because during the opening I did check the Nasdaq and I was like, oh, it's down 4% now. I got out before it went down, So it was up 2 and now it's -4. So I like -2. It's like 4% difference. I made 4 grand by getting out in time. So I'm sorry, but I can't, because it's like it could have been it could have been worse, right? It could have been worse. It could have been worse. Anyway, anime time. But yeah, that made me really happy. Sometimes you wonder if you do the right thing, and I did the right thing there, going out there. It was no obvious pattern. It went down 2.5% yesterday. It's gonna go down probably more today. It probably goes down any more. Probably ends at like 75, 70. So this is why I went out too. I can't watch anime because my head keeps ticking. And because I have like perfect mathematical memory, I remember all the different values and everything I watched every day, so that's why I don't need any Excel sheets, because I just remember it in my head. Yeah, I try to stop it. My head is completely... but it's good to see that it went down so much. Screw these people that stay there! Screw the losers that stay there! Looking losers, suckers. I mean, I'm totally expert on this shit! Yeah, but this girl, she can piss me out. I love this anime, I'm sorry, I love this anime. It's a really good anime. I'm just like... I feel like a crook, right? Because I see other people losing all the money now. And I'm like, yes, losers! Fools! Who bought my share when I went out there? I had like freaking hundreds of shares. Who were those shares? What a moron. Yeah, I was like, I took them good. The best kind of, money making. Yeah, taking people's money like that. I felt to be out there. That company made me go crazy. But I do blame the election. So it's train, right? I am watching it, sorry. I am watching it. My brain is just... I have two different brain halves. One brain half is doing all the math in my head, how much money I could have gained and lost, and the other head is looking at the anime here and doing a horrible reaction. So I'm sorry for that. But I just can't turn it off, right? But I want to watch the anime, and I just can't turn off my that's what lots of people are. I can't turn off my math, I can't turn off my math. Like, looking at all these graphs, and I remember it immediately, right? That's one thing I would say to people all the time when I work at different games. And how to do the battle sign. I'm like, I have spreadsheets and that stuff. Like, I do have that, but mainly I just remember everything in my head. So I'm like, yeah, spreadsheets. Like, yeah, right. I know it in my head. I'm not looking at the spreadsheets. I know all the values. Every game I've worked on, like Call of Duty and so on, I remember what every gun does, every damage, all the all the accuracy and so on. It's very easy to remember the stuff. Okay, so did he kill a guard to show that? What? So they can't just kill the guards? Then it's like, yeah, the Shinken casted. He's like, yeah, Kyodai! Like, it's like, hey, come on, bro! Yeah, Kyodai! Like, come on, bro! Like, you... I'm all fired up! It's like, yeah, he's so super strong. Awesome! Yeah, Kyodai! Yeah! I stands there and like... But doesn't the cat has to know she's a normal girl? I mean, she saved the cat on her niceness, yeah. The cat must know if she's fake. She's pretending to be a badass criminal. Yeah, but as I mentioned earlier, she's there for like, $1, like 500 yen. She's in this crazy predicament because she didn't pay like 500 yen, right? What is this world? Yeah, you're like, oh, you owe us $1. Yeah, you're going to jail for life. Freaking dystopian world. See, I could live in that world instead. Losing roughly 10 grand, 9 grand isn't that bad. Man, I was on 11 grand yesterday too. If I stayed, I would have down like 13, 14 grand now, so... Nothing okay. Red! He's just insane, yeah. Cutter's like, red button, guys! They're like, yeah, that guy is like, red button? He definitely would press more red button, that guy. Yeah, he would be perfect in Isekai Quarter. He'd be like, red button? Isekai, yeah, red button? He would definitely press everything's red, right? Red button? Belong, eh? I wonder if you're gonna have some backstories. Oh, he's back to the explanation of... But I love last episode when they were like... And they helped us, as I mentioned earlier, yeah. And, after they destroyed Osaka, they come and rebuild it for a price. Aren't they grateful to us? Yeah, they were like... Kansai needed them to, They come and saved us after destroying our country. They saved us. Very, very awesome. Yeah, they were like... So friendly, so nice to us. But yeah, it seemed definitely that Kansa was destroyed by East Yacht. Pokemon. If you play Pokemon, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but the Pokemon, right? The first region is of course East Japan. Second region is Kansai, West Milia, and then the other. That's why it's so much water in Ruby Sapphire because in the southern, more island, right? Then of course you have Hokkaido and so on in fourth, and then after that it's Hawaii, French, UK, New York, and currently it's UK, right? Or whatever, England, yeah. The last one, Sword and Shield. I'm a big Pokemon fan. I love Pokemon, I love Pokemon. I think they failed miserably with the latest game. I mean, it's a playable Pokemon, but it's, it could have had. She has to do work though, yeah. She's part of the swindle. She has to infiltrate now, yeah. I mean, again, I really love Pokemon. I really wish they just hadn't done all these mistakes, Sword and Shield. Thought about it in 2 hours video, right? It's just that I don't want to rant about that, but I'll say it quickly that I really love Pokemon, but yeah, not just removing half Pokemon, but like all the bugs and so on. It's so badly coded, like the latest game. It drives me crazy from a professional standpoint, right? Because I'm not a good coder, but I'm very good with algorithms, and I'm very good with like Oculus and so. I'm very good with like optimization stuff. So I know all the issues. If I had worked with Pokemon, it would have been much better if I had some control over the decoder. I could have done it much better than they could, easily. But whatever, I digress. But it just frustrates me so much playing Pokemon. I really hate the playing Sword and Shield because it's so buggy and all the the graphical issues and the kind of popping in front of you and so on. Yeah, it's the Pokemon, right? Like the actual core gameplay is really good, but everything around is just it's horrible. Well, yeah, I can rant about Pokemon for hours. Same in Sun and Moon, because they have like 800 lilies, whatever that was. They have one lily they will call every time they use lilies. The model of lily, they still have one lily model per area she is in, instead of having one. So they have like 800 assets of lilies instead of just having one lily asset. It doesn't make any sense from like an engineering standpoint, it's insane. But whatever. It's just crazy. Doesn't matter if you're a a coder guy, software engineer, architecture, whatever you are, or a physicist or chemistry, you will understand that it's pointless having 800 lilies. We could have one lily. We could just point to that lily, reference point, and then call her index in the access that lily every time. But yeah, I can a Pokemon rant for hours too, because it didn't make any sense what Game Freak are doing from like a software engineer, from an engineering standpoint. It doesn't make any sense. That's why the game is so laggy and so buggy, and everything is just bad performance. And you would think that the Switch version should be better performance, but it's like worse than the old Pokemon versions. Yeah, let's go to Kanto. Man, it must be the worst version I've done in years now. My brain is all over the place. I'm like, Pokemon, Kanto and Kansai. I'm like, oh, it's the Pokemon regions. My brain's all over the place. It's like my brain is... But yeah. Hot Doctor is defeating them with her. But her death, she's probably gonna die again, right? She always dies. Every episode. Why can't you give her like... Why can't you fly with her instead? Yeah, out of shape, girl. She's like... She even looks to be pretty hot though. I mean... It's just slim then. She looks like she should be pretty good shape. I mean, she's, pretty slim. She's not fat, and so on. But I guess she's just slim. Doesn't really have any muscles, I guess. But the guy could he fly with her? Could he like lift her up or something? Yeah, look at his phones. Man, this cat is like, yeah, that's right. Is it magic? Come on! It's not magic! I can just pet everything? But you can't? It's like... So we must hear... Sorry, I believe in you. Yeah. But I agree with her though. It's like, aren't you the best hacker in the world? Can't you just hack system? No, it's not magic. It's like, yeah, but I like it though. I like it. But usually they can usually hack anything. They're like, oh, I can see the... Oh, I hack... And I'm allowed hacking usually, that is like writing his code. And then you can write with two... Have you ever seen CSI when they have the 4 hands team when they write code? That is so crazy in the hacker battle. And she's writing code, right? She's hack coding. And then the other guy enters and they're like 4 hands on the keyboard. Like, it doesn't help, man. How would that help to be 4 hands on the keyboard? Because if I'm writing over here, are you gonna then fill in my text? Like, it doesn't make any sense. How would that work? Yeah, you would have to like know what I'm writing on my keyboard, on my side of the keyboard. I mean, it's one keyboard, right? So how would it help? But even... Like, if you write fast, I write very, very fast. How does it even happen? That's whatever, but that's my favorite hacking scene, absolutely. The whole, the hacking in CSI, Navy, CS, whatever it's called, yeah, like it's so bad. Okay, so kind of magical, I don't know, high-tech lasers, ice lasers, or something. Ice laser. And he keeps trying to punch it. Oh, he blocked my punch! It's like a wall, so... yeah. This thing can block my punches! Yeah, you punch it like a wall. It's like, yeah, I can punch the wall! I like how he makes him... his whole role is to hype him up, yeah. His whole job is to come, he's like, you can do it, bro! Yeah! Blah, blah, blah. You can do it, bro! Like, his whole idea is just to sit there and, like, you know, promote his strength. He's a promoting guy. Yeah, I believe in you, Kodai! Yeah, bro! That's the only thing he's doing, right? He's like, yeah, go for it! Yeah! Okay, what can they do with them? Hakara-san! Hacking is not magic. I guess I don't know. Hacking is not magic. Okay, fine. Sorry, you useless hacker guy. Yeah, this guy cannot hack with his 4 hands. Ah, they got me. Yeah, that Ian never learned. Yeah, of course it's gonna be... Like, why would it only be one side? I love this guy. Like, why would it be only one side? Like, why would hacking only be, like, you know... Why would it only be one side? It doesn't make any sense. I love him. Oh yeah, he can lift the actual pillar. That makes sense though. He can break the whole thing by just destroying the wall. Yeah, he did it. Yeah, ha ha ha! It's easy actually, yeah. It's a big weakness, think about it. That is like... It's a big weakness there, yeah. The actual laser pillar thing. If you just break the wall, the part of they break. Thinking about his strategy actually makes perfect sense. Because it's like this this gate, it's 2 gates. Yeah, the actual gate is just... Remove the gate, right? The actual... Yeah, actually it makes perfect sense that... There's pretty actually, you know, big weakness that you can touch them. That they should be protected by the actual shield. The shield should protect the actual pillar that is creating the shield. Out of knives. He has no knives. Yeah, he has no knives, yeah, clearly. I have no knives anymore. Her help, she's very helpful, yeah. You can throw this ball. But yeah, I mean, the shield should protect the actual pillar. That would be way better. Yeah, she's gonna throw the ball, right? Not my... There we go. Oh, what's he doing? He's falling into it, yeah. Of course he is. Man. Drone! Damn swindler! Stop ruining my drones! It worked out fine. This badass team here, yeah. She's like, yep, I'm part of this crazy team here. I'm the swindler. I have amazing bounty. No one knows who I am. Here we go. Super train. It's a high-tech bullet train of the future. Well, he has some kind of thing with him. An egg? A bomb? What is it? It's like a... It's like an egg. I mean, it's an EMP, I guess. Like a Bob EMP. Yeah, but it's some kind of EMP bomb, I guess. This egg here. Makes sense, right? Yeah, I'm gonna invade Kansai Station. I can do everything! Don't push the button yet! Yeah, it's like... Okay, what does it do then? I'm guessing EMP, right? It's some kind of, yeah, EMP shockwave. Exactly. That was pretty obvious. Like, what else would it be, basically? Like, what else would it be, yeah. The signal! That's the signal! The whole city is blacked out! That has to be the signal! Like, yes, the signal! The signal was actually looking at the city, yeah. Oh, I also have no power. That wasn't the best thing. I also have no power. How can I hack when you turn off all electricity? Yeah, it's like... She's not very helpful. She's being panicked about it. She's like, oh, we're gonna die! Oh shit! Power! Oh, hurry up, Peggy boy! Oh, you do something. She's just not very helpful. She's just making it worse. She's like, ah! I mean, she did throw the drone, I guess. She did use her swindler technique to throw the ball there. Yeah, that was good enough, I suppose. But still, though. Okay, what should she do then? But her power of, I don't know, creativity is like her strength, I guess. Yeah, just wait, boy! Damn sure! Yeah, I'm not fat! There we go. I mean, she had problem walking over the stair, though. I mean, I guess I was hoping she could do it, you know, with but it's very slim, I guess. Castro is like, yeah! Hello! He's so positive, yeah. He's like, yeah, we did it! What should she do now then? Oh, there we go. Some kind of lever. Oh, she's tweaked though. She's very physically weak though. She's like, I'm tiny and not weigh anything. Yeah, but you have no muscles, girl. That's the problem though. She has no muscles whatsoever. There's an issue with her though. Yeah, she's slim, but she's very weak physically. Of course, she did it perfectly timed there, but yeah, of course. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, timing was perfect. It's a lot of plot armor in this anime. Yeah, we did it exactly at that minute. It's like we throw the ball exactly at that minute. You're like, and everything is back online. And you see them there. Ooh, it's like a huge S there, a bank vault thing, but it's probably something else than money though. But it looks like a bank vault inside the train there with the big S there. Some money, baby, some money. Yeah, money. No, I felt very, scatterbrained today here, but really good anime though, absolutely. It's just me being all like, phew, I finally got a death trap. I mean, I lost a lot of money, but I could have lost more because now it's down 2-3%, so I would have lost a few more grand if I stayed right. So it's like, yeah, sorry for that, but it's just weird. It's weird feeling when you make when you do something that's like the worst thing you've done this year from an economical standpoint. But at the same time, you're happy because you're thinking that it could have been way worse if I stayed for just like, the reason why I'm the reason why I'm later on this reaction today is because it opens up basically when the anime is out, right? So I was like, okay, I need to sell off it just before, and it always goes up the first hour or so. So I need to wait for the perfect moment to go out. Okay, it's plus like 2% almost now. Okay, let's go out. It won't go higher. There's 2 grand plus again, and then okay, now it's down like 1%. So that'll be like that's a 3,000 difference there. So yeah, it's just weird, right? But it's been bothering me for 2 weeks. I bought it actually. So yeah, I did a mistake there Thursday 2 weeks ago. So it bothered me for 2 weeks. Biggest taken down so far. So yeah, sometimes your brain is just thinking about it. I'm beating myself over this for 2 weeks now because I did a mistake last Thursday 2 weeks ago when I didn't go out when it was higher than we started. I went on the Wednesday. But I mean, the anime is great though. My brain was just, oh man, all eagery, and then I did see it. The thing is that I won't talk too much here, right? But the thing is that during the opening there of this episode, then I went and looked at, because you can't, there's the issue that you can't stop looking at it. And the thing is that, how to put it? But it's like doing a swindle, right? It's like you feel you're swindling, but it is it actually really feels to me like I'm swindling these people. So I'm like looking at this thing right for 2 weeks now, and I see the pattern, right? And I'm very good at pattern recognition. That's what I think, right? I'm a master at pattern recognition, right? Most of my degree, my post degree, is a lot about human behavior economy, right? That's what I work with, right? But I'm not buying stuff. I said that's one. I also work with straight up, analyzing people's behavior, right? From different aspects, both from a criminal aspect, different kind of criminals and different kind of anti-personal stories and so on, but also from like a buying pattern and Kickstarter campaigns and everything from that, right? So a problem then for me is that a lot of people say you should look at it every day and so on, right? You should look at it, but the thing is that I do that unfortunately a lot because I want to see if I'm right on my assumption how people are gonna act, right? And I really felt today that I really did swing people, because I was like looking at it yesterday and the rest of the week. I was like, okay, it definitely is gonna go down today, at least 1%, like at least probably more, probably 2-3% even. So I am 100% sure of that. But given the yesterday's behavior and this behavior, right? I'm sure it's first gonna go up a lot and then it's gonna fall a lot, right? And up a lot, but like 1-2%, and then it's gonna crash down heavily. So I really feel like I am swinging them, because I'm like, man, if you buy from me now when it's like plus 2%, you're a fool, because he's definitely gonna go down, and you don't want to stay on this thing. So, so it feels like I'm swinging them honestly. But I'm like, man, you have to be, you're gonna be a sucker if you take my offer here. And I even put myself a little higher. I was like, I'm gonna go for the highest thing here. I'm gonna greed out and go for the highest bit, almost the highest that it was. And then it's gonna just fall. But as I said that now, then. With the anime here, I do this like collaboration here, so on. But I felt that during the open day, I was like, man, I know I should think about this. I know I should focus on the anime, but I have to look at if I was right or wrong, everyone. I'm sorry for that, but I have to look at was I right or wrong? Because this thing can go really fast up and down. It can go really fast up and down, right? It can actually go. I was looking at all this stuff. This Monday, they could jump like 10-20% in like a minute, right? So you really, that was crazy though. But this one even here can go down like 50% in a minute or two. So I felt that during, because I started doing this reaction after I went out there, and then I was like, I feel this is the end of it, right? So I do want to see now during the opening if I was right or not. And that doesn't just come from the monetary, as I talked about that. For me, it also comes from that human behavior. I want to, analyze was I correct on my human behavior. You know what I mean? Hopefully it's me. Yeah, I want to look at it from a behavior aspect. Was I correct? All these people are going to go in now, and more are going to go in. Because I guess it was probably going to go a little higher actually than I went out. But after that's going to, massively go down, right? Yeah, a little higher than I was out, and then it's going to massively go down. It's very hard to figure out where the top is, right? So you kind of want to swindle them to go in with you there, because it looks like, that's what I mean. You kind of want to swindle them because it looks like it's going to go great. Oh, it's up now 2%. It's probably going to go up more. Don't you want to buy my shares? Yeah, it is so great. I can give you a little, you pay a little higher when it's like that. Yeah, it's going to get 2%. And then, 5 minutes later, you open then. It's like, yeah, I was like, fools. So it feels a little bit like that, right? It feels a little bit like that. Yeah, you're like, well, let's see what happens here. I might be wrong though. Maybe it's going to go up later tonight. Still only like 3-4 hours. It's like 5 hours left until it closes. But so far it's going like this after I went out. So I think it's going to go even further down if it follows the same pattern like yesterday and so on. But yeah, it's a weird thing. Obviously, I don't think that I'm, how to say it, doing this. Obviously it's illegal. So obviously it's legal, yeah. It's not obviously like an actual crime. But it just feels weird, right? Because it's the same. But the same thing for me, kind of when I worked as a croupier, a dealer, with blackjack and roulette and so on. It's the same thing there, right? Like no one basically wins. The bank always wins, house always wins, right? It's just how it is. Yeah, you don't really think about that much. You think, how can I get their money? Yeah, how can I swindle them? Blackjack for that. Sorry, blackjack too, but especially roulette. I think is so funny because people never get this. But roulette is a short note. Then roulette is super easy to understand why the house always wins. But even if you can win personally, most people are gonna lose, right? And if 100 people play, it's like 3% will win, or 3 people win, right? So they will get money up, but the other one lose. And the way it works is that on a roulette table, the odds are just skewed, right? It's really stupid skewed actually, because if you put on like everything your money on one, for example, you get 1 time 36 your interest, right? Your bets. If you bet 1, you get 36 back, right? So it's like that sounds fair because it's 36 numbers, but actually the 0 is also a number. So you should actually get 37, but you don't. And of course, if you bet on color, black or red, 0 is green or nothing, usually green, so you can't bet on green. So everything at the roulette table is always skewed in the house favor, right? Because it's like instead of having a fifth, because if you bet on black or red, you should have a 50% win rate. You would think, but you don't. You have like a 49.2 something like that win ratio, something like that, 49 something. So it's like you don't actually have that, but you only get 2 back, right? So that's why the bank will always win every day, because if 100 people play. Yeah, some will win, but most will lose, and then the bank. So even if everyone used to bet black all the time or red or whatever, the bank would win a little extra chips every now and then when they go 0, and then they can move the money around people, right? So that's why the bank always wins. It's super obvious on that table because it's so clearly skewed in the house favor. Like in any country, it's always like 1 or 2% lower than what it should be. So they're always gonna win, right? They're always gonna win, yeah. It's really good having a casino, yeah. They're always gonna win. But that's my super weird reaction. Sorry, I don't know. My head is all over the place, but I think it's interesting. In my opinion, it's looking at this anime because the anime is about this, hard ass, badass, Suicide Squad kind of criminals, right? But you could argue that like a casino is the worst kind of criminal people because they clearly are cheating in the sense that they don't give you the perfect odds. And they make a lot of money, right? And the more people they play there, they get more money because like a percentage thing, right? They get like a few. Basically, a casino is like this: if it's like $1,000 is won in one day, the bank's actually moving, $1,000 losers or more people, right, to you as the winner. But they're not moving $1,000; they're giving you like $950, right? They're taking like $50 themselves, and then they're moving the other money to you from the other losers. So one person gets a lot of money, everyone else loses money. So, but the bank takes a little that interest share, right? So the bank is the bank, but the casino then the house is doing it all the time, right? So if it's one person playing for $1, or if it's a million people playing for $1 million, that's how you do it, right? So they're always going to go plus. Like it's a perfect scam in a way because they're always going to go plus basically. So even and you say, well, in one day everyone won, which is incredibly unlikely. But even if then everyone, a lot of people have luck one specific day. In some other day, everyone lost, right? So in a month or a year or whatever, it evens out, right? Yeah, in a year it evens out, right? Because if even if you have one bad day or one good day, right? The same thing, right? So the chance of having one bad day that everyone wins is the same chance as everyone losing, right? So in 365 days, that's going to happen maybe like 10 times or whatever, right? But they're both going to be 10 bad and 10 good. It evens out, right? And you're still taking that a few percentage. So I don't know what I'm talking about this thing, but that like why you be a suicide for me? Make a casino instead, yeah. But really, it's like one of the best scams ever in the history of mankind. Gambling, yeah, like being the actual house in the gamble, because you're always just taking that. It's same thing like blackjack. So in blackjack, you have usually different odds. So if it's like if you have the same value as the bank, so if the bank has like 17, you have 17, they win, and so right. Blackjack is different depending on countries, but it usually is the same thing there. So the bank has like a few percentage higher to win because they have equal. It's not draw; they just win. Sometimes it is equal. So it depends on what country it is. However, though, blackjack is better to play because you as the player can actually use your skills, right? And you know about counting cards, but even if not counting cards, which you, of course you do with counting cards, which usually is legal, right, to do. But even without counting cards, you as the player do have a skill. Like if you have like a queen, should you take another card? Should you take these things? So you as the player actually can do, how to say it? Even if you don't know what cards are coming because you haven't counted the cards, you can still look at the chance of getting, going too high. Shock is the called man from fat going too high, or if you're gonna go too low and so on. Right? So you can still do the chance and mathematically look at it and be like, well, even if I don't know what cards are left, the chance of going fat now is like 30% chance, or versus maybe the next hand is like 50% chance, right? So there is a skill there. So blackjack is a lot better to play. Absolutely, one of the best things to play in casino because you as a player can actually do a lot of difference there, even if the bank still has that favor, right? So black is interesting because most people are actually really bad players, right? The bank should actually probably not win that much in blackjack like per player because if everyone played perfectly, the bank would actually probably lose because the bank usually has to go at least to 17 or higher, depending on what country you're in. So there are different laws, different rules for that, but or also different places, different states and so on in America. But still, the bank shouldn't actually win that much if everyone played rationally perfectly. But of course they don't, right? So that's again a good scam because people are stupid. But that, in that sense, people have it's the people's own fault. I think in most regards that they're actually losing. You can cheat too. I used to cheat that often. I play blackjack in Sweden, so I learned to cheat. So we can do that too. This perfect video. What you do? Okay, it's like a short thing here. I shouldn't recommend this, but this is what you do. So what you do is that. Okay, how can I explain this thing here? Be a good review here. But this actually is like, I'm a swindler. I'm a swindler guy. So what you do is that in Sweden, this is very Swedish then, but in Sweden you can only bet 3 markers. Okay, so you can only bet 3 markers in Sweden. So this is gonna be relevant to anime. You can only bet 3 markers. This could be another video, but yeah, you can only bet 3 markers anyway in Sweden. You can only bet 3 markers. Okay, so that's maximum by Swedish law, I think. Except for the state casino, then you can bet more, which is really interesting. State in Sweden, but anyway, in a normal place that like a bar, you can only bet 3 markers. So what you do is that you bet 2 markers, okay, and if you have a bad hand, then you replace the 2 markers or 1 marker, right? And if you have a good hand, you add 1 marker. Yeah. So you always like so you bet 40 and then you replace the marker if you have a bad or a good hand given your first second card, right? And then you can, of course, if you lose then you lose at 20. If you win at 60. It's pretty easy. You have to be quick with your hand, of course, and I have a bad dealer usually. So you find a dealer that does the wrong thing. A good dealer, they go like this with their hands so they can look at both sides of the table. The bad dealer does this thing, right? Or this thing. So then they're gonna lose. They can't see their rights to do this thing. And then you can. So the thing is that you stand on the side of the board, right? So you take one of the edges, and then you do this. Yeah, you quickly change them, and the dealer doing this thing or doing that thing, right? So you find the bad dealer, and then you position each other at the edge of the table, and then you can really easily do this thing at black table. That can be the last thing here, but it's true. I did it all the time when I was in college. It's super easy, super easy, right? Yeah, super easy. It's swindling the casino. I mean, they're cheating anyway, so it's not my fault. Yeah, they're bad guys. It's like taking money from the bad guys.